Hello everyone, welcome to Pepcoding. So in this video we are going to discuss another problem of our stack module, which is the minimum remove to make valid parenthesis. So firstly we discuss the question, then we move to our approach. So in this question what they are given an string s of opening bracket, closing bracket and lower English characters. So what they are saying, they are providing us a string, like this is a string which have a opening brackets, closing brackets and lower case English letters, like that, or another like A, B, C, D and closing bracket. So this is type of string they are giving us. Okay. Now in the second line what they are saying, your task is to remove the minimum number of parentheses, opening bracket or closing bracket, so that the resultant parenthesis string is valid. So what is the firstly I will tell you what is valid and what is non-valid string. So for valid, like this, we have equal number of opening brackets and closing bracket, or you can say that we have every opening bracket have closing bracket or pair of brackets. Here you can see, or invalid, this is valid. And when we talk about invalid, like this, so we have one extra here, this complete and this one is extra, so this is invalid. Between these three we have alphabets A, B, C, D, like that, A, B, C, C, D, like that. Okay. So what we have to this question, like we have this valid invalid string, so we have to remove this bracket so that it become valid. So it's become valid. We have pair, this one and this one are pair of brackets. Okay. Now in case of multiple valid strings, give persistence in keeping innermost parenthesis. So what they are saying, if we have, like we have A, B, C, bracket D, so we have two brackets which we have to remove to make it, out of which we have two brackets, starting brackets, in which we have to remove one so that it become valid. Like if we remove this one, A, B, C, D, so it's all become valid. And if we remove this one, so A, B, C, D bracket, so this is pair and this is also a pair. So what they are saying, we have to remove outermost, this one, and giving priority to inner one, or you can say this one. So which one is best for this one to make valid? This one is the best for valid, make it valid and best one. Okay. Now in the example they are giving some strings. Now let's see our input and output. So in input, sample input, they are giving us a string A bracket B bracket C D, and sample output we have for this input or output it A B C D. Okay. Now let's move to our editor, whiteboard, where we can discuss. We already discussed what we have. They are giving us what is the difference between valid and, like I'm writing a valid and invalid. A, B, C and D. This is valid because it's a pair completely, one opening, one closing. Okay. Now this is valid. And A, B, C, this one is invalid because we have one extra closing, like 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1. This for this, but we have extra closing, so this is invalid. And what they are saying, we have to remove, like if we have 1, B, bracket C, D, and I think I missed something, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So if we remove this one, it's also become like. For that I am making, let's see here. For this one, first option is remove this one, outermost. So A B bracket C D, C bracket D. Valid, complete. Now second one, A B, remove this, C D, valid, completely. Now third one, A as it is, this bracket as it is, B this bracket as it is, C D bracket, valid. Firstly we are removing this one, then second we are removing this one, in third we are removing this one. Now A B C bracket and D. In this, what we do, we remove 3, 1, 2 and third, 1, 2 and 3, third here. So we have removed 3 in this, 1 in this, 1, 1. The last one, which is A B C D, we remove 5 here. But in the question, what they are saying, we have to remove, what they are saying, we have to remove outermost and minimum. So this one is the best for validation. Okay. Now we find out what we have to do, but how we can do this. So let's talk about that. In that, what we are doing, we are using the previous algo here, same as we are using in the previous, which is minimum add to make parenthesis valid. There is slightly change, but the question is similar to that one. If you didn't watch that question, please go and watch that question. That's very helpful for you in this one. Like I have array A bracket B bracket C D bracket. Okay. Now what we are doing, when we have opening bracket, we are adding in this, then adding in this. When we have closing bracket, we are removing from the stack, then again one we are removing from the stack, then again opening we are adding in this one. So these are the two brackets which making them invalid. These are complete pair of, here this complete one, second complete, 1 1 2 2, opening one, closing one, opening 2, closing 2, and these are invalid. So we find out these are two which we have to remove, to make it valid. If we remove these two from there, it become A B bracket C bracket D bracket. So it become valid. Let's suppose we have one extra here. Okay, we have to remove these two. But how we can find out these in this? Which one is this one? Like which one is this one? Okay, I take the same color. Which one is this one? And which one is this? Because we don't have any indexing. For dealing with this problem, what we are doing? We are creating an character array. In that character array, we are adding these all characters according to their index. Okay. D, closing bracket, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So that, and instead of adding these in the stack, what we are doing, instead of adding these in the stack, we are adding their index instead of these, 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. Then here is an opening, there is an closing, I forget that closing one. After this remove, so we have only left with 4 and 2. So we find out which one are the invalid or incorrect, or we can say that extra brackets which we have to remove from the string to make it valid. We can easily find out that, but we have an issue. We cannot remove these from the array. So instead of removing, what we do, we know in string we have a b c d, like small lowercase alphabets, and we have brackets. So we take a flag, like I am taking dot here. To using that flag, when I found that this one is invalid, I replace this bracket with star. Okay, like I find out which are the incorrect, so I replace a dot b bracket c, then closing bracket, then d, and closing bracket. So I found out these are the incorrect. The fourth one is also incorrect, so I forgot. I hope you understand what I mean to. So these are incorrect. When I am adding this in a string or printing this, I neglect these two one or ignore these two one. Only print these, so that this is valid one. I'm again repeating what I am doing here. I'm creating a character array, adding all the characters of the string like a bracket b c, like these, and checking the pair, adding in the stack. What I'm doing, instead of adding these brackets, I am adding their index, so that I can easily find out which one is correct or which is invalid or valid. When I find out which one is valid, I am replacing this with star, sorry, dot, and then at the end, when I am printing or returning this thing, I am neglecting these ab, these, so that I can get valid string. So let's move to our editor and write our code. Here in editor, what I am doing, firstly I take int n is equals to size of s dot length. Firstly I take size of length, so length of string, so that I can create an character array ch and 0. This is my character array. Now what I am doing, I am adding character of this string in our character array, and I plus plus ch at I is equals to s dot at I, character which is present at I. Now I am creating a stack of int type, because in the previous one we are adding characters, but now in this we are adding their addresses or their indexes. Sorry, we are adding their indexes. Name st. Now what I am doing here, I am start iterating int I is equals to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. Now we are checking if char ch at I is equals to opening bracket, then what we are doing, we are adding their index in the stack. You can see that, and we have opening bracket here. You can see here, when we have opening bracket, we are adding its index in our character array. Same thing I am doing here. Else if we have ch at I is equals to closing bracket, then what we do, firstly we check size. If st dot size is equals to 0, then what do, I mark this index as invalid, or this character or bracket or closing bracket is invalid, because if the size is of stack is 0, let's see, this is our stack. If its size is 0 and we have a closing bracket, there is not any pairing opening bracket for that, so this is invalid. So we are putting dot for this one. Else what we do, st dot pop. Okay, now this all will check for each and every point, because we are using a for loop here. Now what we have to do, we have to check while st dot size is greater than 0. If it's greater than 0, then ch at st dot top become, because these are all are invalid. You can see in stack we have 3 addresses, 1 2, so these are invalid, so we are marking them as dot and st dot. Now what we are doing, we have to return string. So I'm creating a string str and iterating over string a character array ch, and check if what we are doing in the end, we are neglecting dots. These are dots. Same thing I'm doing here. If c is not equals to dot, then str dot push back c, and at the last what I do, I return the str. Okay, so that's about the code, all about the code. I'm again repeating what I'm doing here. Firstly, I'm taking the size of string, then I create a character array ch, then I add all the characters of string in the character array, then I create a stack of int type, then I check if it's opening bracket, then direct push its index in the stack. If it's closing bracket, then check its size is 0, marked it as invalid, otherwise pop from the stack. Okay, then I check if the size is not equals to 0 or greater than 0. What I am doing, I am marking all the indexes which is present in the stack as invalid. At the last, what I am doing, I am creating a string, adding all the characters of string of the all the characters of string which is present in the array, neglecting dots, you can see here, and then return the string. So trying to run it, compiling it, seeing it the error or not. So it's compiled successfully. You can see here, compiled successfully, giving us output. This is our input, this is our output. You can see here, same input here and same output here we get. Trying to submit it. So we passed 7 out of 7 test case. Runtime is 0.03 second, and memory it takes 0.73 KB. So that's all about the question. If you have any doubt, please write in the comment section, like the video and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching the video.